Guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I have a collab video, and this is a collab with the beautiful Emily Berrow here on YouTube, and I've been watching her for quite a while now, and we've spoke a few times, and she's so lovely and so genuine, so it's really nice to make a friend through YouTube, and we share similar interests. So I will leave Emily's links in the description box down below, and be sure to check out her channel and subscribe. Her channel is absolutely amazing, and so is she. So we decided to do a makeup tutorial each. Emily went for a more sort of neutral drugstore smoky eye, whereas I went for a smoky eye with a little pop of colour on the lid. So Emily done the drugstore option, and then I done the more sort of drugstore and high-end option. I based my eye look around this Dazzleshadow from MAC from the Disko collection, which I featured in my previous haul, and this is in the shade Try Me On. And I done this look on myself the other day, and I just felt really inspired to do it again, so that's why I've done my makeup like this. We both based our makeup looks around a night out, like a clubbing, sort of partying look. So if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, then please carry on watching. So I'm really sorry if it goes out of focus at all, as my camera's playing up and the lighting keeps going all weird. But I'm just starting off by priming my eyes with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And mine is actually brand new, so as you can see, it looks all nice and pretty. I'm just applying that with my finger, as the warmth of my finger will really help blend the product in. This also helps counteract any veins and redness that I may have like around my eye area, like my eyelid. I'm then just setting that with the banana powder from my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, just so all the shadows we apply on top blend seamlessly. And the banana shade is like the perfect match for the Soft Ochre Paint Pot, as they both have a yellow undertone to them. And I'm just applying that with a Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush. For my transition shade, I'm taking this matte taupe shadow from KIKO, and I'm just applying this into my crease and slightly above. The brush I'm using to do so is a Zoeva 228 Luxe crease brush. And the reason I'm starting off by doing my eyes first is because I know there's going to be a lot of fallout with the shadow that we're going to be using. So that's why we're doing our eyes first, so then we can clean up any fallout, and then that way it doesn't mess up our foundation or any of our face makeup. So that's why we do the face makeup last. To give my eye a little bit of warmth, I'm going to be using my Morphe Brushes Jaclyn Hill Favourites palette. And I know that I use this palette a lot, but you can actually buy the shadows individually, as obviously the palette isn't available anymore as it was limited edition. But yeah, you can actually type in Morphe Brushes Jaclyn Hill Favourites palette, and it will tell you all the numbers of all the shadows, so you can buy them individually. So I'm just starting off by using this bright orange shade here, and I'm just going to apply that into my crease. So I'm just applying that into my crease using the same Zoeva brush. And obviously you don't have to use these shadows, you can use what you have at home. But I just think Morphe Brushes is super affordable, and they have such amazing quality products. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but you'll just be able to see that that shadow is just giving a little bit more depth and warmth to the eye. I'm then taking the darker orange out of the palette, which is similar to MAC's Uninterrupted eyeshadow, and I'm just applying that to the outer part of my eye and slightly into my crease. And again, I'm just using the same brush. So the outer part, and then slowly dragging that in towards my crease. As I said previously, we will be cleaning up any fallout, so don't worry about this, as we'll be cleaning that up later. I'm then just taking a MAC 224 blending brush and just blending out the harsh lines. Also, don't worry about any shadow falling down onto the lid, as we are going to be applying a Dazzle shadow from MAC on the lid later on, so that will cover that. I'm then just taking this dark brown shade from the same palette, and I'm just going to apply that to the outer part of my eye, and again slowly working that in towards my crease. And I'm just taking that on a pencil brush from eBay. This will just really help bring a lot of definition into the eye and make everything look a lot more put together. I'm then just going back to my Zoeva brush and just blending all the shadows seamlessly together. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Just taking my MAC 224 blending brush again and just blending out any harsh edges. Then using the darkest brown in the whole palette, I'm then just going to be taking this and applying it into my crease and slightly winging it out a little bit. I'm also taking that on the same pencil brush. So into the crease, and I'm just slightly dragging that out. So I'm just flicking my brush up slightly. as I get to the outer part of my eye. I'm now just taking the star of the show, which is this MAC Dazzleshadow from the Disco collection that recently came out. And this is the shade Try Me On, which is this beautiful sort of greeny, bluey mermaid shade. Now, I'm actually going to be applying this with my finger, as I find that the warmth of my finger really helps to pack on the pigmentation of the shadow, whereas if I was just to use a brush, it might not pick up as much sort of pigmentation from the product, if that makes any sense. So I'm just applying that all over my lid, and I'm using my ring finger for this step. As you'll be able to see, this shadow has a lot of fallout, and that's why we obviously done the eyes first. These Dazzle shadows are actually so lovely and buttery and just feel so amazing. So once that's all applied, I'm then just taking my MAC 224 blending brush and just blending out any harsh edges around the Dazzle shadow. Also, you may find with this shadow that you get little bits of like glitter particles up around like this area, around like your crease, and you can't really help that. It's just because this shadow has little fine particles of glitter in it, so you can't really avoid the little bits of glitter that get everywhere, which is quite annoying, but it's an absolutely beautiful shade. Now what I'm going to do is take my Urban Decay Electric palette and take the darkest blue in the palette, which is called Chaos, and I'm just taking that on the same pencil brush and applying this into my crease, starting on the outer crease and then slowly blending it in. This will really help tie all these shadows together, as before we just had a blue shadow on the lid, then a lot of brown through the crease, whereas this will really help tie in the blues and the browns together and make it look a lot more put together and seamless. Then just taking my Zoeva brush again and just blending that blue into the brown. You may find since applying the blue shadow into the crease that you lost some of the pigmentation from the Dazzle shadow. So you can just go back in with the Dazzle shadow and just pack it on top where you previously applied it, just to build that colour and pigmentation back up again. Then just take your blending brush again and just blend out any harsh lines. The key to this look and any eyeshadow look is just to keep blending and blending. Then your eyeshadow should be as seamless as possible. I'm now just going to clean up my eyeshadow with a wet wipe and also apply some winged liner, and I'm just going to do that off camera, as you've seen me do this quite a lot of times on camera, and I am going to be filming a winged liner tutorial. So I primed my skin using the Loreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. I then applied my little sample pot of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Cashew, which matches my neck and the rest of my body when I'm fake tanned, as my face was very pale to start off with, as I had no fake tan on my face. I then just highlighted underneath my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and mine is in the shade Light Warm. For the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Awesome Metals eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold, and it's just got this beautiful creamy sort of buttery texture to it. It's really, really lovely. And again, I'm going to be applying that with my finger. I'm actually going to be taking this on my little finger, as I find my ring finger is far too sort of big for that area of my eye, especially as this can be quite sort of messy. And as you can tell, that just looks absolutely stunning, and especially when the light hits it as well. I'm now just going to be setting that cream product in place with this KIKO Water eyeshadow in number 208. I'm going to be applying that with the e.l.f. Professional eyeshadow brush. I'm just packing that on top just to set the product in place, because it is quite a tacky product. So you just want to be sure to set that in place with a powdered product, just so it doesn't budge, transfer or crease throughout the day. I'm also going to be highlighting my brow bone with this as well, only a little bit though, as it is very pigmented. For my lower lash line, I'm just going back to my electric palette and using the Chaos shade that we applied into the crease earlier, and I'm just going to be applying this on my lower lash line with a flat eyeshadow brush from eBay, and I'm just meeting that up with the winged liner, and I'm not taking that too far in, as I don't want it to disturb the intense inner corner highlight. For my waterline, I'm going to be taking Blackout from the Naked 2 palette, which is a matte black eyeshadow, and I'm going to be applying this into the waterline and just slightly dragging that down onto my lower lash line, as I find a black eyeshadow doesn't look so harsh as a black liner, and I find it lasts a lot longer also. And I'm just applying that with a MAC 266 angled brush. So I've just applied some lashes and some mascara, and the lashes I applied were the Eylure Katy ColourPop ones with the hint of green in them. I'm now just going to highlight the rest of my face with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 10. I'm now just going to bake my concealer with my Collection Sheer Loose powder, and mine is in the shade Too Translucent. And what I'm going to do is just apply some to the lid. Then I just take my damp beauty blender and apply the powder on top. Then I just apply this where I've put concealer and I want to set it in place. I apply quite a lot because we're just going to dust it away anyway at the end. So under my eyes, my forehead, the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow, chin, and then just under where we would contour, just to brighten it up a bit and make it look far more defined. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bronze my face with my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun, and I'm applying that using my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm just applying this everywhere that I would usually bronze my face. To contour, I'm using the shade Fawn from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit on my NARS Eater brush. And I didn't actually feel like cream contouring today, I just felt like keeping it quite sort of natural with the powders. As I find when you cream contour then you set it with powder, it obviously looks a lot more dramatic, even though this is more of sort of night out makeup look. But I feel like the eyes are quite heavy anyway, so once you feel like you've left the powder on for long enough, you can leave this on for literally like 20 minutes. All it does is it just sets the concealer in place. Then all I'm going to do is take my Real Techniques contour brush and just dust away the excess powder. If you feel like you have any harsh lines on your face, just take your bronzing brush again and just blend it all together. To add a bit of warmth back into my face, I'm just using my MAC blush in the shade Peaches with a Primark powder foundation brush, I think this one is. As I don't want something too sort of heavy on the cheeks, I just want to keep it really nice and warm. For the lips, I'm taking my MAC lip pencil in the shade Oak. This is just a really nice neutral shade, which will really go with any lipstick. And I'm just going to fill my lips in with that shade as well. You could just keep it like this, but I think it looks very sort of cool tone. So I'm just going to add a little bit of warmth to the lips. So the lipstick that I'm going to be applying is MAC's Kinda Sexy lipstick. Then last but definitely not least, I'm going to be highlighting my face with the KIKO Water eyeshadow in the number 208, which we applied on our eyes. And I'm actually using a paintbrush for this, and it just says on it Graduate Daler Rowney Round Mop. Yeah, I picked this up in Hobbycraft, and I just thought it's a perfect brush for applying highlighter. So I'm just applying this to my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and yeah. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to check out Emily's video and subscribe to her channel, as she is such a lovely girl and she deserves so many more subscribers than she's already got. Please be sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more upcoming videos from me, and I will see you in my next one. So take care, bye!